Yeah, this is the fun one today. A Lincoln aggravator. I'm going to be replacing the front shocks and the rear shocks. When doing the front, you must, unless you like to fight, jack it up centrally and let both sides hang. Otherwise you're going to be fighting the strength of the sway bar. You will have to disconnect the nut here, the top of the control arm. You will have to disconnect the steering link, obviously the big ass bolt there on the shock absorber, and the 3 nuts up the top here. A lot of people think they need to go to it from above. You don't. You can do it in here easily. It's not difficult, believe me. So what else do we need to disconnect here? Pretty much nothing. I have got the sway bar loose at the moment just to give me a bit of leeway. I may or may not need to remove the nut completely, and that means you'll have to do the same on the other side. There is no need to remove brake calipers or anything like that, but do be very careful not to stretch these flexible brake hoses, otherwise you will stamp your foot on the brakes and fuck all will happen, and then you're going to go crashing. Not good. Now it is suggested, and I will suggest it to my customer, once this job is complete, you go and get a alignment. Actually, yeah, probably a 4-wheel alignment, come to think of it. Although the back I don't think will need that. The front probably will need an alignment just to make sure everything is where it should be, especially if you're going to be putting new tyres on. The shocks on this particular vehicle, you probably can't see it much there, but this side is fucked. The other side was even more fucked, leaking wet shit everywhere. So let's get on with it. I will give you as much information as I can as I go. I can tell you now that the nuts up there are 15mm, and I can't tell you what the size of those are down there. They're called fucking big. And the one on the steering rack is also biggish. All right. Wow. Isn't this going to be fun? Now, I got to tell you that I did try lifting up one side and doing it that way first of all, figuring I'd save myself some time. All I did was cost myself a lot of time. Do lift it up both sides and then start taking shit off. Obviously you can only work on one side at a time, but you need to have them, both wheels, off the ground and out of the way. It just makes life a lot simpler. Now you can struggle if you want. On the other side, I did loosen the lower control arms and put them back in exactly the same position, but my customer really does need to get it aligned properly on a proper machine. All right, let's start ripping it apart on this side. Okay. Right, time to start loosening me nuts. Now this one on the top here, that's a 21mm. So we'll start loosening that. Oh, gee, these are tough, I tell you. But then again, you know when I'm coming undone. Don't drop the spanner. That's not part of the process. It should be noted that excuse me, geez, I do have it supported underneath because I don't want it to suddenly drop and then damage the brake lines. There's no tension on the spring, but if that suddenly dropped, it would damage the brake liner, so I just want to avoid that. for obvious reasons. I don't want to have to buy him a new brake line and bleed all his brakes for him. Right. Wow. Come on, baby. Jeez, this is fighting me right to the end. There's a muddy arch here. Damn, it's cold out here. Whew. Cold and windy. That wind would go away, it'd be a lot better. Right. And the same down here, the tie rod end. Again, that is also a 21. Now, I'm not taking these out yet because I want to undo the shock absorber at the bottom before then. And obviously you could undo them in whatever order you prefer. It doesn't make a heap of a difference. You might want to fast forward through this. Just undoing a few nuts, but if you're bored, maybe you'll sit and watch it. I don't know, you might be able to get away with not taking off the steering tie rod end. It may drop down enough, but with it off, you're sure. Now, I'm not sure yet whether or not I'm going to have to loosen the control arm bolts. I did on the other side, but then again I wasn't sure that I needed to. So we'll see as that goes along. Right, the next one to undo is that big ass mother there. And I think, let me see. Yeah, I don't think I have a spanner that's big enough, so I'm going to have to use my adjustable. God, that wind's a pain in the ass. Wind ass. Gosh, this guy's a comedian. Well, that should, in theory, excuse me while I crawl over here. Oh, damn it. Oh, shit. No, that's the wrong size. Oh, hang on a second. Ah, so that nut is a 27mm. The one on the other side, I don't know, is the honest answer to that. Probably a 28, or maybe even a 29. I'm just using my adjustable on that. So now, oh, Christ. Why is everything so bloody tough? Christ. All I want to do is get my airline off and it won't come. Jesus. What's going on here? Excuse me whilst I crawl down here. Oh, wow. That really didn't want to come off. Right. Well, let's see if we can get this fucker out. Right, here we go. Oh. Okay. Well, that's that off. Now, I've loosened off the sway bar link. May have to take the nut off completely. We'll see. Now I'm going to just lower it down a bit, keeping a very close eye. Right. Ah, good. Now the bolt has got the tension off of it, so we should be able to get that out. There she comes. Right. But of course you can't get this out because it's still too high. So we'll go down some more. Now something's stopping it. Yeah, and I can tell you what's stopping it too. I've got the upper and the lower that are causing the problem. Oh. All right, I'm going to get on now. I'm going to separate this. I'm going to separate that. Then I believe I'm going to take off. Yes, I am. I'm going to take off this sway bar link nut. Then we'll see if it goes down, and I'll let you know whether I need to loosen the control arms. Right, just to update you, I had not loosened the top control arm nuts nor the bottom ones, and when you tap this to get it free, it'll spring straight back up, because that's where the bushes are tightened to, and as you're all aware, you only tighten those when there is a full weight on the vehicle. Now I do it with the jack. I jack it all up to do that. You can see the shock in that position. Just by pushing down on the lower control arm, I managed to pull it out. But you do have to make sure you keep these in the top, because you need that little bit of extra distance. Then with a bit of jiggery pokery, it comes out, and that is the reason you take off this steering control arm, so that you can pull it out that way. Otherwise you've got to do the sway bars in the way, the calipers in the way. So believe me, this is the easiest method. That's it now. Really, it's on the front here. I'll do the back as well in the next video. Well, that's all you have to do. Put the new one in, do everything back up, and don't forget to use Loctite. All right, let's get this shit back together.